In life, invariably, there'll come a time that you'll have to take responsibility. You'll have to overcome all of your heartaches, overcome all your heartbreaks, all your mishaps, all your disadvantages, and take the responsibility of taking your life from one place to the next. There's an old mantra back in the day. They used to say that if it is to be, it is up to me. No one has the stock. No one has the. Uh, no one has the. Should have the buy-in your life changing more so than you. You got to take responsibility for your own life. There's a book. There is a video on Google University, on YouTube, on one of the social media networks. There's groups for every interest under the book. Uh, you will not outread me. It just will not happen. I'm going to keep a budget of book. I'm going to, if it's hidden in a book, I'm going to find it. So, folks, you got to take responsibility for your own life. Most Americans read 1 or 2 books a year. Most CEOs read 5 to 6 books a month. You got to keep this muscle in your head working. Take responsibility for your own life. All of us have some things that we didn't have control over. All of us have had uh, some wrong side of the track and some processes that happened that we didn't have anything invested, but they were already in motion. But you got to take the responsibility for your own life. Yeah, you got some losses. Yeah, you have some history. Yeah, you have a track record that may not be rosy. But if you get determined, if you make up your mind that you're going to turn your life around, take the responsibility. The person that has the most, I guess, the person that has the most investment in your eyes should be the person you see in the mirror every day. Yeah, it happened in 89. Yeah, that happened in 98. Yeah, you didn't do good on that job. Yeah, that didn't happen. But that was the old you. Have you introduced them to the new you? You got to take responsibility for your own life. Make that call. Knock on that door. Introduce your business to someone. If I, 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 I think it's in the New Living Translation, Ecclesiastes 11, verse 4. I love to mention it all the time that if you wait for perfect conditions, you won't get anything done. And I think perfect day has harmed so many of us. And as far as taking responsibility, we want to wait for perfect day because taking responsibility of our own life might be ugly at the point where you take control of it. When you decide to snatch your life from running out of control and you want to bring it back into the right direction when it's been headed in the wrong direction for such a long period of time, that won't be an easy process. That's why we're always waiting on the hookup. We're always waiting on a friend, a fellow alumnus, or a person you met at the last job. But the person that's going to drag you out of that mire that you're in is the person called you. Folks, you got to take responsibility for your own life. If you're married, you have a spouse that's depending on you. Lord help, if you got children, they're depending on you. So you better stop, get out of that stupor, get out of that feeling sorry for yourself, get out of that pity party. The late Bishop G.E. Patterson used to say that God himself doesn't attend pity parties. You got to take responsibility of your own life. The prodigal son, when he was way out and had spent all of his money, and he had frivolous living, now had him feigning to eat pig food. He's longing to eat what the pigs eat. And, pigs to someone in his culture were ceremoniously unclean. So now he was aiming and lusting for things that should be beneath him. But it said, but when he came to itself, folks, there should be a day where an aha moment, the light bulb goes off. You got to take responsibility for your own life. I've got friends that I've opened doors for. I've got friends that I've made ways for. I've got friends that I did the intro, and the intro went great. And there came business out of the introduction that I gave. And I didn't even get a thank you. But folks, look, I got to keep pushing. I can't wait for some long overdue retribution for something that I did. I got to take responsibility for my own life, regardless of what the industry is doing, regardless of whether the Ides of March are coming, et tu, Brute, regardless of what season we're in, you got to take responsibility for your life. There is somebody that's so determined, regardless of the time, regardless of the ethos, regardless of the economy, regardless of the general tenor of the day, and they're making things happen because they're determined that I'm going to take responsibility for my own life. Folks, I got a lot of regrets that I can look in the back door of my life, but I don't have time to reflect on what has been when the time of what's going to be and the time that I have now may be limited. Your attention needs to be on what's ahead, what's happening now, and what's ahead. You don't have time to look in life as a rearview mirror. That's why your windshield is so much larger than your rearview mirror. You got to take responsibility for your own life. You got to know that I'm better than this. You got to know I'm more than this. Folks, once you get settled on you, settle starts to just creep into every part of your person. And it gets more comfortable as time goes on, and more comfortable and more comfortable. And before you know it, you're in full bloom as a settled person. When God created you to test the heights, God created you in his image after his likeness. You were created above the beggarly elements of this world. You got to take responsibility for your own life. Folks, look, there's going to come a day where they'll be singing a slow song, and they're going to be moving, and there's going to be some slow music playing. Wouldn't it be horrible that you make it all the way to that day where people are wiping tears away and saying, Steve was this and Steve was that, and then they're saying all of that while they knew that you or I never took responsibility for our own life. Folks, life's too short. There's such greatness in the world. Folks, why would we waste time? Why would we waste potential? Why would we waste when God has given us so much? When some of our parents have given us their all. Our grandparents have left us such rich legacies. I just got to tell you, and I was down when I started this, but I've lit myself right back up. I'm telling you, you got to take responsibility for your own life. I'm going to go to the life ordering booth right now, and I'm going to order me up something good. I'm taking responsibility for my own life. Have an awesome day.